Vicinity FM 95.3.
Enjoy.
Beautiful morning to you. It's Friday right here on the hilltop of Ikejile Ijesha, Vicinity 95.3 FM. It's Friday, the 6th of June. You're welcome on the show this morning, newspaper review, where we bring you all of the trending stories on our dailies and also the details of these headlines. Still welcome to join the conversation this morning on our Facebook and YouTube at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Go to your YouTube, go to your Facebook, and impute Vicinity 95.3 FM. And right before your eyes, you are watching us live wherever you are around the world. I am Oluwafunke Israel. It is Friday, and not just any Friday. Today, Muslims around the world get to celebrate Eid al-Kabir. It's another year of celebrations. Today you see children knocking at your door. Be gracious and give them something. While we're kids, anytime there is festivities like this, we always like those good, nice, kind uncles who always want to give us something. No, we knock on their door. We don't want food though, just some little cash in our hands so we can buy lollipops and have a good time. I celebrate with all Muslims around the world. It's another year. I hope we get to see and experience more of it on the surface of the earth. I pray Almighty Allah accept all your sacrifice of ibadah. Welcome on the newspaper review this morning. Before me is Daily Trust, The Guardian newspaper, Nigerian Tribune, The Punch, and Daily Independent. Take it from The Punch. All of the dailies are really packed up this morning. Well, let's take it from Donald Trump. New bill may slash Nigeria $20 billion remittance. USSD war. Telcos oppose airtime charges for bank transfers. Salah Tinubu promises economic rebound, urges prayers for soldiers. IG moves to secure Eid prayers as governors Atiku orders greet Muslims. Gridlock worsens. So be careful if you're traveling out there. If you have no business going anywhere today, I tell you, just stay locked down. stay with your family, Muslims, Christians, all of us. Well, if you have no business going out there, just stay indoors because the road is going to be busy today. Yes, every route will be busy because people are traveling for the holidays. Today is public holiday, Monday is public holiday. People are traveling to go see their families. It's Salah season. So if you have no business going outside or going anywhere at all, just enjoy the holidays indoors. Just take it as my advice to you. I'm not even asking you to pay here. I'm being nice with Salah. Now to Nigerian Tribune. We must control illicit arms to defeat terrorists. NSA. SFG destroys over 3,867 illegal weapons. Bad leadership, biggest challenges against Nigeria's development. Wike says Tinubu capable of building Nigeria of our dreams. Eid Kabir, don't lose hope. Tinubu tells Nigerians as governors, reps, speakers, Atiku, others congratulate Muslims. And the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmood, on behalf of all residents of the FCT, welcome President Bola Tinubu to the inauguration of some of the projects earmarked for his second year in office. I are welcoming President Bola Tinubu to his own Aso Rock, his president's home now, second home. Of course, Lagos is his home, but since he became the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that's home to him. I know, of course, protocols should be duly observed. Moving to the Guardian newspaper, How to Reclaim Nigeria's Dream by FCT Minister. Marketers fold 5% petrol tax, seek amnesty for refiners. Benue wants residents as flood displaces 18,592 people. Time to move. Akwa Ibom speaks on defecting from PDP. Governor of Akwa Ibom State, you've made statements like this quite a number of times. If you want to move. We've heard already. FG, Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, FG, to revoke approvals of reclaimed lands along road setbacks. Midterm review, a test of Nigeria's resilience, Tinubu's promises. And CDS admits insecurity can't be resolved through military force alone. Tinubu, Atiku, others urge sacrifice, compassion, unity. Eid Kabir. I like messages like this, but while we're telling Nigerians, to be compassionate, be kind, and sacrifice. Yeah, our leaders, you too, sacrifice for us. Give all these sacrifices, offer the right sacrifices to see this country, move forward. We also are seeking and begging, and then we hope you do the needful. These are the top stories on the Guardian newspaper. Now I move to Daily Trust. On the Daily Trust this morning, front page, gridlock everywhere. So if you have somewhere to be today, I just say, be out there on time. Yeah, go out so early so you can beat all of the orders on the way and be where you want to be on time or in time. Happy Salah to all our Muslim faithful around the world. It's on Daily Trust. Eid Adha, Tinubu, Atiku, governors preach peace. How 300 Nigerians died in 6 days. Also, the Daily Trust, Army Chief makes case for early voting for military personnel. Salah travelers spent hours on Abuja Kaduna Highway. Life and times of Professor Jubril Aminu. The story is on the Daily Trust. Professor Jubril Aminu was once the Minister of Petroleum Resources. Moving to Daily Independence, please stay with us.
Welcome to the heartbeat of the city. Hear the reading of the streets. Vicinity FM 95.3. Welcome to the heartbeat of the city. Hear the reading of the streets. Vicinity FM 95.3. Welcome to the heartbeat of the city.
Enjoy.
Now this brings me to the Vanguard newspaper. Eider Kabir, high cost of transport, foods, dappens celebration, and residents lament high cost. Farmers, traders, beaming low sales, and passengers deplore hike in transport fees. Abba, Abba, Abba. This is supposed to be celebration. We're supposed to be having good time. But now it's not what it used to be. At the time you see people eager, to go buy stuff to enjoy celebrating, festivities. But now, you go to the market and people are saying, nothing, we don't feel buy anything with what we have. Let's just go home. You're damping people's spirits. Traders, farmers are even lamenting, saying we can't even get our goods sold because people, there's low patronage. Of course, when there's high cost, people demand will be low now, because if I cannot buy what I want with what I have, best thing is I would just resort to going back. So if you cannot move forward, go back to where you're coming from, and transport hike. But regardless of the transport hike, everywhere is busy, so people are still traveling regardless. But somehow our government should always find a way, to do something about this. It's not all the time we have. I know when supply is high, demand should also be higher. That's how we get a complement. But when supply is high and there are no demands, of course it's going to cause losses for traders, because some of them might even get these goods, in by credit, saying, "Don't worry, when I sell, I return," or how we do all these bargains, and they don't get to sell their goods. Of course, you know what this will mean for them. The story is on the Vanguard newspaper, and of course, Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, on behalf of the residents of the FCT, is welcoming President Bola Tinubu to inaugurate some of the projects in the Federal Capital Territory. And some of the projects are road constructions, because the minister said he is much more concerned as over 70% of the projects earmarked for FCT are majorly road projects. Just to see that FCT have motorable roads. This story is on the Guardian newspaper. Now I'll bring you the details of these headlines.
Enjoy.
Well, let's take it from the top. On the Punch newspaper, Salah Tinubu promises economic rebound, urges prayers for soldiers. President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to be patient with his administration's reform, assuring that the toughest days are behind us. Tinubu gave the assurance in his message to mark the 2025 Eid al-Kabir celebration on Thursday. He said that though the journey had not been easy, his economic reforms had already started yielding positive results. You say you may not yet be where we aspire to be. He urged all Nigerians not to lose hope and said, let us hold on to our faith and persevere. Our reforms are gaining traction with key economic indicators now moving in positive direction. Soon, all will feel the benefits that President Bola Tinubu's message on the celebration. Over Kabir 2027, Tinubu Shettima's ticket intact, says APC. We've heard that before now. The ruling All Progressives Congress has dismissed growing speculations that President Bola Tinubu may sideline Vice President Kashim Shettima ahead of the 2027 presidential election. The party, speaking through its national vice chairman, Southeast, Dr. Ijoma Arodiogbo, downplayed the speculation, calling it a distraction. You hear saying Shetima is key asset, intelligence focused, and deeply involved in this administration, that the rumors are likely just political noise meant to create division. That's from Arodiogbo. Hmm. Well, some quarters in the country also have called, like Arewa Consultation Forum. There's a time there is concerns that, okay, the president's just to make this even, because this is the first time we're having it, Muslim tickets, that, okay, to make this even. This is coming from Arewa, you know, Consultation Forum. It's a Northern Region group, social political group, and saying that, okay, for President Bola Tinubu to just, honor that we have always gone by, just always have a running mate from this religion and that religion. They raised that concern. And now there are speculations that the VP may be dropped for this second term. Well, I say if they have a good thing going, all we're concerned about, somehow, yeah, why we think we always have, this set of rules or regulations or system, we've always walked by. Somehow, if it did not work for us in the past, yeah, we have tickets. These tickets, we call it, okay, Muslim, Christian, Muslim, Christian. See, at the end of the day, if something is working for us, this will be less of a concern. What we want to see is a Nigeria that is working. Why people may think, okay, let's balance it all, because we know that in our country, or parties, various religions, and then we want to see that every groups in the country, religious groups, social, ethnic groups are well represented in the government. It's okay. But at the end of the day, while we all clamor for this, it should be about really make Nigeria work. That's the position now. But there are also speculations that President Bola Tinubu may drop the VP Kashim Shettima in the for a second term bid. Well, there are speculations. Until it happens, we will continue to call it speculations, because we're not sure. The president has not made any comment on it. Neither has the VP spoken about it. And APC has also come to debunk such speculation. So let's move on and focus on what we should focus on. The story is on the Punch newspaper. Wike targets elite tax evaders in renewed FCT crackdown. Tell you, Nyesom Wike is not, making it easy for people in the Federal Capital Territory. While, of course, we appreciate all of the amazing projects the minister had really, funded this all through the last 2 years while he was appointed as the minister, But he has also shown readiness that if there are some ways where we have to put our foot down to make some things work, the minister is giving it all the battle a desire. Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has said no reprieve yet for tax defaulters in Abuja, declaring readiness for a renewed crackdown on those refusing to pay necessary dues to the government, regardless of their status. On Monday, May 26, 2025, the Federal Capital Territory Administration Task Force sealed several premises, including the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party in Wuse Zone 5, Abuja, over non-payment of ground rent. You know how that really sparked up some conversations, within PDP, because they felt, this is betrayal. PDP is supposed to be loyal to the party. Why seal the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party over ground rent? Well, pay your ground rent anyways. U.S. shifting from aid to trade in Nigeria, orders ambassador. United States of America. Ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills Jr., said that the U.S. will be focusing on private sector-led investment instead of aid in its engagement with Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa. Mills Jr. said this on Thursday at the fireside chat held at the Lagos Business School under the theme towards a robust U.S.-Nigeria commercial investment partnership. Nigeria is the U.S. second-largest trade partner in Africa, with bilateral trade hitting about $13 billion at the end of 2024. So here it is. Let's get the memo. US said no more aid. Let's cut down on the aid. We've always been giving aid. Let's make this a partnership, business partnership. Now, Nigeria, it's no news that you are the second largest trade partner in Africa to the US. So let's expand that. And let's drop all of this aid. Now we see what is happening in the international communities. Now, Trump is not making it easy for not just Africa, Europe, Asia, and whatever continents they have business with. They've just been slamming everyone with tariff, hiking tariff, cutting aids, and all of that. And we should understand that the dependency on foreign aid, it's lessening by the day. So we have to find a way to leverage beyond seeking aid, to find a way to partner and make investments that will benefit this country. Because now they are sounding it very loud in our ears that enough is enough for aid. Africa, all you want is aid, support, financial assistance. I will not deny that, yes, it's needful. Even the US, the great US, they still borrow. There's no country that does not borrow, but at this time, when we are too dependent on these stats, it's like we can't even get our foot anywhere to stand on our own. So now let's prioritize, let's prioritize our position in the global scene. Instead of seeking aid, let's seek partnership and collaborate with these countries in a way that will benefit our country, Nigeria. And Trump new bill may slash Nigeria's $21 billion remittances. Yeah, still on Trump. Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings from diaspora remittances may suffer a major blow following the passage of a new bill in the United States that seeks to impose a 3.5% tax on money transfers sent by non-citizens to recipients abroad. Are you kidding me? A provision is contained in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Don't call this a one big beautiful bill. It's not a beautiful bill for Nigeria. It's a sweeping legislative package by U.S. President Donald Trump and recently passed by the U.S. House of Representatives. If enacted into law, the remittance tax will apply to all international money transfers made by individuals who are not U.S. citizens, including green card holders and temporary visa recipients. The tax is expected to be deducted at the point of transaction by banks and remittance platforms and remitted to the U.S. Treasury on a quarterly basis. So this is what you see, U.S. is trying to just make sure they have, balance, financial balance, not just looking out for themselves. So any international money transfer you're going to do, you pay tax. I'm sending money and I'm still pay tax on my admin money I'm sending somewhere. And you pay a 3.5% tax on money transfer sent from non-citizens, even if you own a green card. So if you're a non-citizen, you own a green card, you say, I have green card, I'm safe. We are more like the U.S. citizens than wherever I'm coming from. You're still going to pay 3.5% tax on every money you transfer, either to your country or outside that country. Even if you're in the U.S., if you're in the U.S., you're transferring to any other country outside the U.S., and you're not a citizen, you pay 3.5% tax. You're in Africa or wherever, you've decided not to jackpot like us, and you're sending money to the U.S., you're paying 3.5%. You see what these people are doing. Now let's also find a way, to help this country or our continent, Africa, because this money is going to U.S. Treasury. Imagine people who do transfers all the time, international transfer, and on every transfer. Now, let's say a million, let's even bring it down to 5,000, in a month. Let's say 5,000 on average. 5,000 people, do transfer in a month, and they pay 3.5% tax on every money transactions they do. Now count that 5,000 people, 3.5 on every money transactions, knowing that exchange rate is not even fair on us, Africa or Nigeria. Calculate that and know how much is going to US Treasury every month. I won't help you because I don't like to count money that is not mine. That's why I always tell people I can't work in a bank. Every time I'll be seeing money, and it's not my own. I can't help you. I beg. I'll be seeing money all the time. And I'm like, okay, this money is normal. I'm helping someone count their money. No, I want to be counting my own money. Plenty money. Let's move away from that story. FG engaged Japan for 15 billion, yuan loan. We're going somewhere else to borrow money. This is new. A 15 billion facility loan, approximately $110 million, aimed to support Nigeria's food production systems and enhance resilience amid ongoing global supply challenges. The ministry added, that's the Ministry of Finance and Minister of Coordinating Economy, Mr. Person of Wale Edun, said the federal government has intensified discussions with the Japan International Cooperation Agency to fast-track the implementation of a 15 billion yuan emergency loan to improve food security across the country. This was disclosed in a statement issued by the Federal Ministry of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy on Wednesday after a high-level meeting involved the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Boubacar Kayari, and senior officials from JICA. Story is on The Punch newspaper. Abiodun gives Falcons Lionesses 30 million naira. Eyes more Austin rights. Ogun State Governor Dr. Abiodun has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to positioning the state as a hub for local and international sporting events, following the successful hosting of international friendly match between Nigeria and Cameroon at the MKO Abiola Sports Arena in Abeokuta. Speaking to journalists after the Super Falcons defeated the Lionesses of Cameroon 2-0, Abiodun disclosed that more events were lined up for the arena, which includes the Under-18 and Under-20 African Athletics Championships and the WAFU regional competitions. That's all on the Punch newspaper. Nigerian Tribune. No promotions in over 10 years. AEDC workers threaten strikes. Abuja Electricity Distribution Company workers have threatened to resume a suspended strike if management fails to resolve long-standing industrial disputes within 2 weeks. The National Union of Electricity Employees and the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies issued separate letters to the company's management warning that failure to address their grievances would lead to immediate industrial action. Story is on Nigerian Tribune. You would have lost 2024 US election without me, Musk blast Trump. Yes, that's on foreign scene. Uzodinma crippling Imo economy. PDP on VAT. That's value added tax. PDP said Uzodinma crippling Imo economy. The People's Democratic Party in Imo State has blamed the APC-led government under Governor Hope Uzodinma for crippling the economy of the state. The statement issued on Thursday in Owerri by the PDP Publicity Secretary in the state, Lancelot Obiaku, said that the recently released data on value-added tax VAT generated by the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT for the fourth quarter of 2025 has confirmed a consistent assertion that Governor Hope Uzodinma administration has stifled businesses and commercial activities and made the state unattractive to investors. The party regretted that Imo placed 35th out of the 36 states in Nigeria, contributed to the second lowest VAT revenue to the federal government account Federation account with just 2.34 billion naira, only better than Taraba with 2.33 billion naira. Now I see why PDP is mad. Out of 36 in a class, you come out 30, you're in the 35th position, 35th position. That's failure. So at this time, if PDP, now when we see opposition, raise concerns, we always think, oh, they are bitter. Yeah, they will always have something to say. Even if they see progress, they don't want to speak about it. They just want to castigate. But at this point, you understand that PDP have a point. So you're 35th out of 36 states. You're the least, second to the last. You no value-added tax. You don't have anything, making money for you in the states. And you're like, you're running the state to the ground. And PDP in Imo State said, Uzodinma, what are you doing? And after Imo comes Taraba, with 2.33 billion naira revenue, VAT revenue made to the federation account. And they're saying this is not looking good. Well, somebody will come last anyways. It's just that people will have to buckle up to make sure they are not the one at the bottom of it all. So, Uzodinma, you've been asked to raise your game. And just so you know, he is the chairman of the APC Governors Forum. Much is expected from somebody who holds that position of the ruling All Progressives Congress. All Progressives Congress. Moving away from that story, 2 years of pain, no gain. NLC slams Tinubu's reforms. Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has condemned the administration of President Bola Tinubu over his midterm in office, saying Nigerians, especially workers, have experienced nothing but hardship, broken promises, and worsening poverty. In an appraisal of the second year anniversary of Tinubu's presidency, NLC President Joe Ajero said the reforms rolled out since May 29, 2023 have brought suffering rather than relief to millions of Nigerians. The NLC president criticized Tinubu-led administration for removing the petrol subsidy without adequate cushioning measures, pushing millions into economic distress. I understand that the president will not go back on this fuel subsidy situation. If we move away from whatever pain, we still feel the pain, but we should move away from, going back and saying, okay, it's because you remove fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy is gone. It stays the same that way. Let's move forward. What are you proposing to the government? NLC, what are we proposing? We all are bearing the brunt of whatever economic reforms President Bola Tinubu decided to jump on when he assumed, the position of presidency. But we're not going to sit down around that and then, mourn and groan and let's move on. As it seems, the president is not going back on that. So what's the way forward? Let's make better demands now. It is his position to remove, he was in that position to remove the fuel subsidy. Now, where does this leave us? Where do we go from here? That should be the discussion. It's newspaper review on Visit 95.3 FM. You can join the conversation this morning. Leave a comment on the Facebook or YouTube page. You can join the conversation. Call us on 081-3237-1268 or send us a message on that same line, 081-3237-1268. Now I move to The Guardian before I call it today on the show. To the story on the Guardian newspaper. Free train, FG favors Christians, attests mass neglect Muslims at Eid. alleges Murik, the Muslim rights concerned, has criticized the federal government and the Nigerian Railway Corporation for not providing free train rides to Muslims during the Eid al-Kabir celebrations, alleging discriminatory treatment compared to similar provisions made for Christians during Christmas. In a statement issued on Thursday, the organization's executive director, Professor Isha Akintola, described the disparity as a reflection of broader marginalization faced by Muslims in the country, even though the current administration is led by politicians of the Islamic faith. The strange scenario, they say, is currently playing out in Nigeria's socio-cultural landscape. Okay, let's not make comments like this and statements like this. If you see that, okay, the presidency or all of the leaders in charge of making sure there is free train ride during festive period, just raise the concerns and call their attention to it. Well, I would not like to take any side. Of course, I'm on the people's side. People want, if you get a free train from Lagos to Abuja, you know what that means. Transportation is on the eye, is high. So sometimes, if you get free ride these days, be sure to say thank you. Thank you, group. And I will not even support, presidents of any, group, ethnicity, religion. No, let's not play all of that. Religious bigotry, nepotism and all of that should not, be in our system, because this is a heterogeneous, society where we cannot say, okay, I go with this ethnicity, I go with this tribe, I go with this, religion, this tradition. No, you should embrace all, and anyone who is in position of leadership will embrace all. While we raise concerns that, okay, provision, the funniest thing is, even if you say during Christmas, free trains were provided, it's the only people who are celebrating Christmas that will enjoy the free train. It's all of us now. If I have a journey to make today and there is free ride somewhere, so I would say it's because the free rides was because it was created for this season, and I do not celebrate. We are all celebrating it. Oh yeah, free ride. Bemi debe, Eko tiya, Lagos will come. So these are the things we should raise, not trying to create more divide, because we're trying to raise a concern that provision of free train was not made for people. Just tell the government. We should speak the truth to them. Okay, you did not give us free train. Oh, what is happening there? That's okay. Let's not say, okay, you did it during this period for these people, and you're not doing it for these people. That's not how to to make good case for yourself. It's not how to make good case here, I must say. In Osun State, it's always been a system where Osun government, decide to provide free train, during festive seasons. They're not considering that, okay, it's only this festive will provide free train. All the time we hear the announcements, the jingles are everywhere, and there are free trains. Okay, come board from Lagos, you travel through to Osun. When you're returning through the free train. There's that arrangement, and let's have it. This is a way to ease off, the stress on people, paying so high for transportation. We know what the condition is in our country today. If you want to go on a journey, a very long journey, or you know that it's not a journey of an hour or two, you're going to spend a lot on transportation. Well, this is where I get to say thank you for joining us on Newspaper Review this morning. To all Muslim Ummah, easy on the meat and the eating. No, too much of everything is bad. Don't go eat today. Just tell yourself, don't enjoy yourself with food. Just do it with all moderation, so you enjoy your salad well. I'm Oluwafunke Israel. Thank you for joining us on Newspaper Review this morning. The executive producer, Seya Deshola Salami. I'm wishing all my Muslim brothers and sisters in the house here at Vicinity that we're coming to knock on your door. And for those who are not here with us, we wish you a happy celebrations, and all Muslim clients, families, fans, listeners everywhere. This is wishing you much more of this on earth. Amen. Bye for now.
From the mountaintop, the sound is loud and clear. It's
It's Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ìkejìlé Ìjẹ̀ṣà.
Welcome to the heartbeat of the city. Hear the rhythm of the streets. Vicinity FM 95.3.
We lead while others follow. We lead while others follow. Vicinity FM 95.3. We lead while others follow. Àwa làgbà wọn. Aṣíwájú ni wá. Vicinity FM àwa ni bàbá. We lead while others follow. We lead while others follow. Vicinity FM ní Ìkejìlé. We lead while others follow. Àwa lọ̀gá o. We lead while others follow. Adìẹ funfun àwa ṣá ní bàbá gbogbo. Àwa ní bàbá. Vicinity FM 95.3. Ẹranko tí ó ṣe bí olólàájú kò sí nígbó àjíkẹ́ adé. Erin lákàtàbú erin àwa gòkè á lọ. Ìyẹ́lẹ̀ ó máa wò lẹ́yìn ẹyẹ wa. Lọ́jọ́kọjọ́ nígbàkúgbà bàbá ni bàbá ń jẹ́. Lọ́jọ́kọjọ́ nígbàkúgbà bàbá ni bàbá ń ṣe. We lead while others follow. We lead while others follow. Vicinity FM ọ̀gálá jẹ́ Adéọlá Noite ní ẹ̀ máa gbọ́. Mo fọwọ́ sọ̀yà. We lead while others follow. Vicinity FM àwa ní bàbá. We lead while others follow. Àwa lọ̀gá àwa làgbà wọn lọ́jọ́kọjọ́. 95.3 Vicinity FM. Tọmọdé tàgbà darúgbó tómi dán ló sọ pa wá ní. We lead while others follow. We lead while others follow. Vicinity FM àwa ní bàbá. Vicinity 95.3 FM Ìkejìlé. Ọ̀tọ̀ nìkan láàrin òkúta ayàtọ̀ sí wọn jọ̀ọ́jọ̀ọ́.
pátápátá ẹ sáré tètè máa bọ̀ gbogbo olóṣèlú